Oh, hey there.
Oh, welcome back, Yummy. Just talking about why I'm doing certain games and not other ones. Like just doing the ones that people actually want to see. That's just how it is. So if people want to see G2, people want to see Cloud9, people want to see well, that's pretty much it, really, isn't it? That's all people want to see on YouTube. Is people want to see G2 and Cloud9 because you're all filthy Americans. How dare you?
I think Gale Force first method would be a good one to do. You could give some exposure and build the brand of the European scene.
I was saying to people, I'll probably do the grand final, even though it was a 4-0. It'll be more of a, like, people, I think a lot of people get scared if they see like a 1.5 hour video and they don't even watch it. They're just like, forget that. So if I do the 4-0, if I review the 4-0 video, I can talk a bit about the previous matchup as well.
Find the perfect spot to fucking pause this video. I hate.
But somebody actually somebody asked me. Wait, I gotta turn off my music. Somebody asked me who is Yummy Cheese Man. So I was like, it's this guy, and I fast forwarded it to this. But apparently I nailed the pause. Here, Yummy, do you want to start this one off with the suit and tie review of the analyst desk?
Well, Yummy Cheese Man still doesn't have the ability to button up the top of his thing. See, you can always, whenever you pause the video, if you ever see Axel Toss, oh, what a guy! If you ever see Axel Toss, you're gonna know that he's got his eyes closed.
Yeah. You even called it, man.
All the time.
You even called it. That's amazing.
But yeah, Yummy Cheese Man can't button up his neck button, so his tie looks kind of stupid because his tie is holding up his neck. No dimple. Suit looks okay, but the arms aren't well tailored, so
not as good as Shogun's. Yeah,
you can't see the bottom of his shirt, and it doesn't fit quite so nicely on the arms. And Shogun just looks incredibly clean in his jacket and incredibly unclean in the rest of it.
Yeah, he didn't clean shave this morning. That could be worked on for sure. Yeah,
he needs to.
Hair's a little bit wild, fresh out the bed. But I'm like particularly concerned by his like overprotective. Like he's so overly protective of his tie. He's got it clipped, like buttoned down by the waistcoat, buttoned even further down by the suit. That tie's going nowhere. He's like super protective of that tie, and the baby little pocket square, just coming out there. It's like turtling a little bit. It's pretty good though.
It's a very formal look, and he doesn't need the tie clip, but otherwise it's very obvious that Shogun wins here.
Yeah, Shogun never shaves he never clean shaves, I'm pretty sure. He just like shaves once a week or something. He just, a little bit of mess in his life. But we actually did another review, the two of us. For anybody who didn't see it, it's on Yummy Cheese Man's channel. That link will be in the description. So if you want to see us review Chiefs versus NRG, which I'll pull up the bracket right here, is the game that happened immediately before this one in the bracket. I think it was 2 games prior on the day 2. If you want to see how Chiefs managed to beat NRG and just a little bit of banter like between us, then go watch that. Was that the one that we did? I think it was. Yeah,
that's the one we did.
Because I was remembering that I've done a few of these now, so it's hard to remember. But yeah, we did that. If you want to go watch it, it's on Yummy Cheese Man's channel. It's got pretty similar, pretty much exactly the same as what we're doing here, except with Yummy instead of me. It actually used both face cams, which I just can't be bothered setting up today, so it's working to do. Anyway, I'm going to hit play. I'm going to ask Yummy, are you going to be listening to yourself casting this one, or are you just going to mute it?
Yeah, I might listen to it.
Oh, look at this.
So for context, I was so incredibly nervous. I wasn't meant to be casting this. I wasn't meant to be casting anything at all, but they weren't Chiefs weren't expected to beat NRG, and Matt was going to be on the desk, and they couldn't jump Matt off to another time. He was a guest there, so I'm just thrown in like 3 minutes before. I wasn't even expecting to cast the entire tournament. It was my first time, and I was shitting myself. And watching back, it's just good that like it didn't visibly show that I was nervous.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of times where I say something in this match and it gets worse and worse. Where I say something, end up saying something that I think is dumb and like face palming, and Shogun's there laughing at me the entire time as I'm getting more and more frustrated with myself.
We're going to try and listen out for that. Maybe you can point out the facepalm moments if they happen. I mean, if you don't want to listen to it yourself, you don't have to. We're just going to watch this anyway. I love that pass from Jake. That is perfect. This is such a perfect pass.
Here's Johnny.
He doesn't... Wait, my alerts are so loud. I'll just say very quickly. Wait, this is hard. Jaren Amo Murray. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Difficult to say, but I got there. But yeah, I love this pass for multiple reasons, actually. It's like enough directly over Squishy's head that Squishy's got a pretty tough read to go for it. But it's also straight in front of Torsos. So easy for Torsos to
I thought you were talking
read
about
then.
the awesome pass from Torment, though.
Oh, this one? The Torment clear? I wasn't going to be savage just yet. I was going to give the credit.
Yeah, I mean, it was good credit to like punish, because it was very easy savable.
It is a very, very bad clear by Torment, but the punish is great. Like, Jake just booms it to the crossbar. Torsos is super easy rebound.
It was so easy to see it coming. As soon as Jake got that pass, you knew it was going to be a goal.
Squishy's not slow to those at all.
Actually, and this was incredibly important because, as we remember, Torsos had a terrible tournament, and he was the one that was being nervous. So for him to get a goal right at the very start of the match was incredibly important.
Fast goal as well. Like, he had to beat Squishy to that. He went up pretty fast. The pass was quality though. But that we just saw, or on Yummy's channel, we watched NRG really struggling in the games they were losing to Chiefs. They were just really struggling to clear the ball. Like Fireburner in particular kind of let them down a little bit with his clears. They were just lacking compared to what we're used to seeing from him. And Torment starts off game one with the same problem. Gimmick just got faked completely out the game. But yeah, you got to get those clears safe in a LAN environment. It's so dangerous to just poo the ball straight into the edge of your box. I'm just like listen out for the yummy cheese, man. What do you got?
Yeah, this is the problem. I can hear myself.
Yeah, it's annoying. I hate still when I'm casting and I can hear myself. By the way, guys, if at the end of this series, we'll be sure to take questions from the chat and talk to you guys a little bit more. But right now, just gonna focus mostly on the game. So yeah, forgive me if I'm ignoring your chat a little bit. Just hold off for another, like, I don't know how long this is. It'll probably be like half an hour, I think. Half an hour, then it will be...
Best of 4 series.
Yeah.
Oh, it went to
4 games.
Spoilers, it went to game 4.
If people...
But this is a huge disappointment for the Chiefs guys as well.
Oh,
well,
absolutely.
It didn't matter
What
because they'd already secured E-League for themselves.
Yeah, they already knew at this point that they secured E-League, which is a bigger prize pool than RLCS LAN, pretty funnily enough. I've said before, I'm not really a fan of how E-League have done their qualification. I think that every team getting invited to the biggest money or prize money event in Rocket League history, in terms of how much money the teams that are going are actually getting between them. Like 150,000 divided by 8 is better than RLCS's money divided by 10. So I don't know. I think you have to have some sort of qualifier element for that. At least two teams should be qualifying, in my opinion. Maybe even 4.
Guess is they just did not have time for whatever reason. They didn't like. They should be spending more time, but I don't know why. They just didn't have time to.
It really isn't hard though to just run one day of an online qualifier. Bam, you've done it. One for EU, one qualifier spot, one for NA. You've nailed it. That's all you need to do. And I would feel bad for Chiefs not making it. But yeah, I'm very happy that Chiefs have got in. But I don't think that coming 7th at LAN is really a worthy reason to go in. We have to see this. What on earth is this? It's just another terrible clear. NA are panicking on day 2. Oh, it's Yummy. I think Yummy's just had a little bit of a disconnect. So what I'm going to do actually is pause, and then we'll pick up exactly where we left off when he gets back. Let's just get back into it. So I paused right before the second goal, but we'll just talk about it again. Just a massive panic. It was Torment with a really bad clear for the first one, and this time Gimmick with an even worse clear. I've got to think that he expected Drippe to come forward and challenge him or something. Like right here. He just got faked out by Drippe, but then why does he flip into the ball? He should be flipping away from the ball and giving Squishy this one, or double jumping over it. This is just a misplay to dodge into the ball at the last second by Gimmick. Sorry about that. The freezes are so annoying. I don't know what to do about this. Here we go. Like, fair enough. Drippe fake challenge. Gimmick's jumped super early for it as well. I'm not sure why he jumped so early for this fake challenge. Like, everything about this is kind of messy by Gimmick. What do you think, Gummy?
It was very messy, but also it was kind of messy by Chiefs. They were all stacking the side of the pitch. That's why I said they were all playing nervous. But, like, so jumpy, two of them on the same spot. Gimmick upside down being carried by Squishy as well.
Yeah, the funniest exit is Gimmick after this gets tripped up and he's just like, just goes flying off the screen upside down. And Torment
There's
with
just
the
never
goal.
any reason for both of them to go at the same time.
Yeah. It was definitely a strange place for Gimmick to be, and he misplayed the position as well. It's not like he put himself in a position. He did the best that he could have done from there. He put himself in a really bad place, and then he misplayed as well. It was really quite terrible. Especially pre-jumping here. Probably going for a goalie demo, I imagine. Because it didn't look like he had the ball in his sights. Oh, maybe he did. Was Squishy really? I need to see this again. Did Squishy really go for a pre-jump? Expecting... Oh, okay. He didn't expect Torsos' touch, but... Torment is there anyway.
Torsos shouldn't have touched that either. It's a lot of mistakes coming out so far. Which is something you can't really talk about.
Where did Torsos go? That clear from Drippe is kind of weak as well. He put Torsos in a bad place, and it is a really awkward bounce, to be fair. Torsos has kind of already decided in his head, this is my job to clear this. I don't want to let it go center in case Jake gets demoed or pumped or something. I better deal with the threat. And it bounced off really fast, to be fair. I would put the blame on Drippe, honestly. Bad clear.
Yeah.
Just invited the pressure in.
I think this was a series where Torment got a lot of goals. They're really interesting, Cloud9, because you know Torment normally plays totally fine, but then you have Gimmick, or at RLCS I should say, you had Gimmick and Squishy kind of taking turns on who was going to be playing hyper aggressive and was switching up, and they never had a point where both Squishy and Gimmick were firing on all cylinders and not getting in each other's way.
I've always been very impressed by Squishy's defense also. Very controlled usually in 3v3. One of the most difficult players in the world to dispossess when he's on the ball. Whereas I don't think that's a quality Gimmick has yet to sort of bring into his game at the highest level. I'm sure he can though.
I think pushing Gimmick up, and that's where they had the most success, was when he pushed really far forward, is what they need to do at LAN. At LAN. And I think there's a big clarification, is that when you're at LAN, you need to have a play style.
Yeah. And
you need to practice that play style that you're playing at LAN, because you're always going to play slightly different at LAN, and you got to be ready for that.
Yeah. I wonder how Cloud9 got so caught out here. It's a big chance for them to score. I'm trying to get this to play. Oh, I'm apparently skipping forward. What am I doing? But certainly getting caught out here. I think I've gone way too far back. It pauses every time I skip. It's so annoying. What is this? This sync video is so trash.
I hate it.
It's so bad.
You just went back in time.
Yeah, I'm trying to go forward and it's going back. I'm sorry guys, this isn't me. This is just the hotkeys don't work. J, K, forward, back. None of them do the right thing. I might just start clicking through it. That should probably be a goal, but yeah, Squishy's really out of position as well. Squishy does nothing this entire play. He's just look at Squishy here. He's just kind of autopiloted 2/3 of the way, maybe 3/4 of the way up the field, and now the ball just goes over his head. So this is actually Squishy's fault, really. It was Torment looking for Gimmick at the back post. He recovers reasonably quickly, but Squishy's responsible here. So
if
everybody
if
misplaying.
Squishy had even stayed a bit further back, he would have just had a goal.
Yeah.
Or at least a shot at
Yeah,
goal.
this is a sort of, it's definitely a LAN thing as well. Players, they want to get closer to the play to make sure that they don't get beat, but actually staying further back gives you a better, like a more intuitive angle sometimes. That's the good one. That's a 1-2-3. Everybody in Cloud9 is messed up here. First we had Torment, then Gimmick, then Squishy. All huge misplays from each of them.
Even Squishy failed to recover very fast. Like, especially for somebody of Squishy's reaction times, he should have been back, half-flipped, and heading back to net quicker. He may have even been able to get to it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, he could have gone a bit faster.
But yeah, the two things at LAN is you have like people just trying to get into the play and hit the ball and then hit it forward, essentially. Or you have people who stay so far back because they're scared of ever getting scored on.
Yeah.
That they never challenge the ball.
Yeah, you gotta find that sweet spot. Gotta find the sweet spot. So yeah, game one. I was pretty hyped. I was watching this game in an esports bar in London with a lot of the EU guys, and we were just all hyped for Chiefs because they're making such a crazy run today. They beat NRG already. They take game one against Cloud9. We're thinking, are they really going to do this? Are they just going to start eliminating every North American team one after another? How funny would that be, right?
Yeah,
we're all in Europe
so.
in an esports bar. That's pretty much the dream. Oh no, the high fives. They're back again. Wait.
Oh,
we've seen this one before. They've like cloned. If anybody goes and watches our high five analysis from Yummy's video, this is like identical. They've got this down to a T. Look at this.
They've been to more LANs than maybe anyone else.
It's the high and then the low. They like a bit of variation. Oh, sorry. It's like I've got to remember not to pause it. It just glitches.
It's
wet
always
fish.
just sloppy fish. Yeah.
Alpha
And then the nose pick to finish it off.
Wait, was there a
That's it.
nose pick? How did I miss that?
Yeah, go back.
Oh no, Jake. Jake.
It's not like an actual pick of the nose, is it?
Oh, a little bit of the itchy.
And then he's gonna high five his teammates later.
No, it's okay. That's not his high five hand. Watch. He uses his left hand to high five. Oh no, he does pick it with the left hand. What's he doing? Oh no! I was trying to defend him, but sorry, Jake. Oh, that's just a huge misplay. Wait.
That's why they lost.
Right, let's see. What is this? Squishy loading up the macros. What is this? Yeah, Squishy hacking live on LAN. We can see it right here. It would be so good if like the lobby password was on screen here or something in his Steam messages, but it isn't.
Well, they wouldn't be able to connect anyway, right? Because it's LAN.
Oh, true. It's true.
It's separate to the actual.
Somebody inside on the LAN network though. Somebody in the boot in the what do you call it, practice room could get in.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. Oh, it's Squishy with the counter nose rub as well. Oh, that's a bad angle
for it either.
That's a really bad angle. Poor guy. Wait, did it just skip forward? It did skip forward. I pressed back. This is like Squishy just itching the outside of his nose, but it really does not look like that at all. I love that someone in production has like said, "Now can we get camera full?" And you know, and I don't know why they're English, but they've seen this angle, this opportunity. They're like, "Oh, Squishy's picking the left side or itching the left side of his cheek. Let's go to camera 4, make it look like he's picking his nose." Someone's made this call. For Squishy.
In terms of their setup, so those headphones, the HyperXs, they are pumping out tons of white noise.
Yeah.
And then have the mics active for like Discord or TeamSpeak. And then underneath it, you can see they're wearing earplugs, and that has the in-game noise. And that's the way that they block out most of the crowd and commentary.
Still, it does bleed through. You can't get rid of it, all of it, really. And it can be really sore. Have you tried doing that yourself, like wearing actual headphones underneath a big earphone, or wearing earphones underneath a big headphone cup? When I do that, it's quite sore because I don't know, maybe my ears are just a bad shape for it, but it's pretty painful sometimes. You have to do that. Quality analysis, yeah, thank you. That's what we're here for. I'm amazed like why this sort of stuff doesn't get more attention. Like if you're a caster and you're still talking about like, you know, how the defensive mishap for the first goal, when there's some quality nose picking action going on stage, then that's a huge misplay. You've got to just bring the attention to the nose pick. Oh, Tarsos with a keyboard mouse air dribble. I like that pass from Jake. Jake is like popping off here.
Yeah, sick pass. This is one of my big fuck ups, but yeah, Jake's pass there, like everybody else would have taken a shot. The fact that he knew where Drippe was and got the pass was great. No, I'm just going to keep talking because then people won't be able to hear you. Yeah.
Another face palm yummy moment.
I had the right idea with what I said, and then I said it the wrong one.
It's fine. It always, inside your own head, you always think you've done worse than you actually have. But yeah, Chiefs 1-0. Can you believe it? Or I couldn't believe it. Like they were playing so much more consistently than Cloud9. Game 1, they didn't have anywhere near as many misplays, although they did have a few. Cloud9 should have probably scored more than one goal. But still, it was Cloud9 who were looking like the team who were nervous. They looked like the second best team for the start of the series, which is a huge upset because they're the best team in North America. Some people thought they were the best team in the world going into this. Some people still do. And they're completely getting outplayed by the #1 team in OCE.
Chiefs also scrimmed them. So they finally got a scrim. No one in North America would ever scrim them because they either didn't want to scrim,
what? Really?
They're lazy, or they wanted to scrim another NA team for whatever reason.
That's interesting.
But they did get a scrim with Cloud9. They played 3 games when Chiefs were up 2-1 and then Squishy Muffins left.
Wait. Hold on. Squishy left a scrim block?
Yeah, after 3 games.
What?
He there was no like real explanation.
Did he like have to go or something, or did he just like?
But yeah.
I don't like that. That's kind of disrespectful if you just, leave a scrim block. I mean, refusing to scrim teams. Like, let's just very quickly get this straight. But I'm gonna pause this real quick. 'Cause this is a great game, and I don't want to talk over it too much. But saying no to a scrim block against a team is actually fine if you think about it. These teams are all playing against each other for money. If you think it's advantageous for your chances compared to the other team to decline a scrim block, that's okay. And it's a bit unfortunate for the OCE teams that American teams have decided that scrimming them is going to be a detriment. But if they really do believe that, we can't hold that against them. You can't say, no, they should scrim just because you need to give everybody a fair chance. These teams don't have to look out for anybody but themselves. Let's just get that straight. So we're not like talking about, we're not trying to say the Cloud9 or American teams should be scrimming Chiefs. But leaving a scrim halfway through without a good reason, he better have had chronic diarrhea or something, because that's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say that like he rage quit or anything. He just left without.
I haven't heard it. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm just like speculating. But yeah, if you just leave because you're afraid to lose or because you don't think the scrim is going as well as you thought it would, that's pretty disrespectful. After you commit to starting that, you've then affected the other team's day. You've affected their, organization. So that's when you have to just be a professional and finish what you started. It's no longer like you looking out for yourself. You've agreed to scrim them best of 5. Just do it. Make sure you keep true to your word. Because some teams will lose all the respect of another team if stuff like that keeps happening. A team will just gain a reputation for leaving scrims. I've heard of that happening, not in Rocket League, but in other games. You definitely don't want to get that rep.
Yeah, funnily enough, even though they boot camped a week early, so they got there a week early, they didn't really get many scrims. They had some against Ghost. They ended up playing a lot of 6-mans and went incredibly well in the 6-mans, and I think that's where they gained a lot of respect.
That's pretty cool. Alright, see if we can spot the misplay again. This is just like bad clear after bad clear. It's like, are Chiefs just really, are they magnetic to bad clears? This is exactly what happened versus NRG. Thanks, Stegabon, for this 6 months. Let me just wait for this Brian alert.
Free money, love from Amazon's Ox.
Yeah, thanks for the free money from Amazon, bro.
It would be nice to be able to look at boost amounts and stuff like that. Because some of these touches, like Jake's touch there,
what is
behind
this?
Gimmick was really good.
Yeah.
But then sort of...
Yeah, this is actually like a really big... This is a problem I see a lot throughout every level of Rocket League. Like, this play from Torment, he's only thinking about getting the ball as far away from his goal as he can in the shortest time possible. when really he should be trying to keep the ball as close to his car as he can. This should be under his control the whole time. Apparently I've gone back. I didn't press that button, but we'll go with it. Like, what he should be doing here is just keeping the ball close to him and getting a 50-50, because that's way more advantageous if your team's the team with low boost. You know, try and like slow it down, give your team time to recover. Instead, he just gives it away for free, and then Squishy is unable to control this. Ideally, Squishy would have, you know, controlled that ball as well, given his teammates time to recover, but they're all making the same mistake on Cloud9. They're just booming it randomly, and not booming it very far either. They're just trying to boom it and failing.
You're trying to outplay, but you don't try and outplay in defense. It's all about playing it.
Yeah, but if you got no boost, right? You gotta stall. And by stall, I mean wait, give your team time. Well, that surely this should have been a save. It's good passing by Cloud9.
I think Drippe didn't expect whoever it was to miss the save.
Yeah.
Torsos.
Did Drippe take Torsos's ball as well? We have to look at this again, I think. Oh, it's skipping forwards instead of backwards again. This is so annoying. Why? Oh. Right, yeah, this touch from Drippe is a massive misplay. Yeah. Look at Tarsos coming in. He's got a boomer of a clear, and Drippe just panics. This is another thing that happens a lot throughout all levels of ranked gameplay, is players in 3v3 are really afraid of letting the ball go past them, even if they know they're not the last man back. So that's a huge misplay by Drippe. Straight to Squishy. Torment, nice shot. Drippe's only got himself to blame here. It's just funny, like, all very big misplays for every goal so far this series.
Every single one.
Huge misplays.
It's just been who can, I guess, apply enough pressure to force out the mistakes that are always going to happen, it seems.
Jacob Archer, thanks for the sub. And this is also something that I'm not a huge fan of from start of kickoff. Like, this is one situation, like, you know, if you're chipping the ball downfield, and I want to hear your thoughts on this as well, Yummy, but if you're chipping the ball and intending to fly after it yourself, you've got to know that the opponents are either not positioned to attack it or don't have any boost. And this is after a kickoff, so I don't think Drippe has the right to make that assumption. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. I hate the chip and chase. Like, that should always be, if it's anyone, it's the crossfield person, because not only is it so easy to like intercept it before, because the person behind the ball is like very obviously going to hit it a certain way, but the other guy is going to have a much better angle to be able to do something with.
Yeah, your team. If you like boom it for your teammate, you can also get it faster than you can.
It's almost always completely useless to chase it. If it's successful, you're playing against someone bad, basically. Yeah,
especially after kickoff. Kickoff's the one time where you know the other team are probably grabbing boosts. They're ready to contest anything high in the midfield because it's a set piece.
I think it's just a habit because it's something that works like against random teams.
Yeah, it works in ranked. You do it in ranked, and the other team just haven't thought about what they're doing. They're just kind of, you know, autopiloting on kickoff for a while. But hold up, 15 seconds, 2-1. To Chiefs, and I like their. I love their position as well. When this is happening, I love their position, but they beamed it like a couple of bad clears in a row.
Well, they also played it too defensively. They were like, "Shit, we got to cover the net, cover the net, cover the net."
Yeah.
Terrible clear from Drippe, and then like everyone's facing the net.
Yeah. This, I think. Tarsos, he tries to control the ball. I like that. Hold on, Brian's gonna ask something. Or
dang, you actually noticed me in chat.
Rollness,
we
of course
almost
I
have a
the chat.
child now. Cliché, what will we name? Nose moi moi.
Yeah, thanks for the 8 months, bro. We're gonna continue here. I'll get back to the chat after. But yeah, I like Tarsos' idea here to control it, but it's pretty tough sometimes to get a good 50-50. He just kind of leaves it. He could have maybe gone for a 50-50 here. And then Jake has, this is a big misplay. Like, that should be so much better from Jake. I think that hit alone kind of lost him the game. But Drippe's is sort of a 50-50, so I'm a little bit more forgiving of this. He thinks that Squishy's going to get a touch, so he's just trying to make himself big. But this is like a free hit for Jake, and why he's hitting it straight to the only player in Cloud9 who's still in the game. That is huge misplay. Yeah, Drippy's just trying to make himself big there. He doesn't want Squishy to dunk on him, so fair enough. And then, yeah, Jake at the back post again. Kind of flopping. He's been having a good game and a good series, but choked it at the end. This is totally within their
they were also getting chased. They were getting bumped by Torment. Like he was going for the attempt, which is why there was a ton of panic in front of net. But funnily enough, I called both of the essentially throws in this one, and it's because when you get to 30 seconds, they were trying to park the bus.
Yeah.
They were trying to just defend, and they could very easily have not even been in a defensive situation had they continued applying pressure like they had all series.
I don't know. I don't hate what they tried. I think it was okay. They could have. Jake just didn't clear it exactly to Squishy. I think they had the win. And then look at this.
Oh my god.
Oh man, Jake. He's having an absolute howler. If we're on Jake cam here, this is the openest net of his life. And we can see it across the field. This has to be a goal at this level. And this is like the inconsistency which is causing problems for OCE, because clearly they've been level, if not better than Cloud9 up until this point. I think better than Cloud9.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Better for sure.
Up until this point. Because once again, what is this from Torment? Maybe he didn't have enough boost to get it down and into the curve. Like, Torment should be aiming this clear down into the part of the wall that's curvy so it sticks to the wall. He doesn't want it to do that and bounce into the midfield. Jake with the open net miss. So nerve-wracking. I mean, Squishy says that nerves are not a problem for them on LAN, but I don't know if I believe that, because they're like not playing like themselves in this series.
I really don't.
I don't believe it.
One of the things that like a lot of people do that, say that they don't feel the nerves, but it's such a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Like even on the desk, I'll be like not feeling nervous because I've been there a million times, and then realize that I'm fucking up and like stumbling.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's so hard. I think the Pale Horse guys really said it best, because they didn't feel nervous, but they just couldn't hit a ball. They'll just like go up for an aerial and miss.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe, I'm not buying into the we're not nervous thing. This is the most nervous performance I've seen from Cloud9 by far. It's a bit of a lucky dunk by Drippy. Gimmick. Panic clear, but I mean, rightfully so. The ball was inches away from his goal. That one I'll probably let him off with. Yeah, the pressure is on. Cloud9 are missing boosts. They're panicking clears. Good consistent hit from Torment there, though. Yeah, look at how many free clears Chiefs are getting compared to Cloud9. They're the team who are piling on the pressure here. A lot of messy hits. Oh!
And another miss by Jake!
Jake!
Why?
Like, Squishy's making himself big here, trying to put him off, but if he just... I'll tell you guys something right now. Alright, I'm going to pause this and ask you guys a question. I want to know the answer from you, Yummy Yarin, but I'll pause it here. Right, this shot is about to go down. Name me your one player in the world who you want to be in Jake's position about to shoot this ball. Tell me, chat, your one player. Who would you want to take this shot to guarantee that he's scoring? And Yummy, you tell me as well. Actually, you wait on your one. Let's see what they say. Your one player who's going to never miss this. Who is it, guys?
I think I have my... Yeah.
Right. Lots of K-Dots, Fireburner, Turbo, Sizz. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. One Panda, a couple of J-Napses, Kronovi, the Mountain himself. Nah, you guys are mostly right. It's K-Dop. Not me. Yeah, oh, jeez, not me. I'm crossbarring this every single time. This is going bar down and then straight up in the air every time I hit this. Now, K-Dop is right, and the reason is K-Dop is not afraid to hit open nets before the bounce. He'll like hit the ball like right before it bounces, just to kind of... It makes the shot worse. Obviously, if you half volley it, you've got that lift, you've got that nice looking arc. You can get the shot into the top corner past the goalie, but here there isn't one. You just need to, you know, be consistent. But if we look at... how did that happen? Hold on. If we look at Jake's run up here, I'll put it in minimum speed. Like, look, that he's trying to hit it on the half volley, and that... Why is it skipping? What? He's trying to hit it on the half volley, which is, you know, not really Well, I mean, hitting on the half volley is necessary, but he should be like trying to put it down, not, you know, this isn't a normal shot. There's no need to put this high. He should just like get over it and make sure to keep this as low as possible.
And for those super OC fanboys out there, you want Express taking that shot.
Express, huh? So you're never going to miss that one?
Express. He is the one who will always sink open nets. He's probably the most accurate, least flashy player.
Oh, Jake.
In those situations.
Heart goes out to Jake for this game. He was the standout player for them as well. And then he just misses 2 open nets in overtime.
Drippe had a really big day, but Jake is just always... He's the player you don't expect to make mistakes like that. He's just bad at shooting.
It's so close. If Drippe had a little bit more boost here, I think he could have made this really awkward. Because if he gets this extra touch, maybe he could have rotated his car a little bit better. Like, the angle that his car's at doesn't really give himself the best chance.
He's trying to block it more than, like, strike it away.
If he just turns his car around, the front end of the Octane, because the Octane rotates around a point that's further back on the car's hitbox, then so that means you can reach further with the nose than the back of the car, I believe. So he should really be pointing his nose at this just to give himself a chance to dump it straight down. Let's see what would have happened. This is super interesting to me. Yeah, like, if he just points his nose at that ball is probably not going in, but it's going to, like, drop. And that is so awkward for the defense. Instead, he just barely misses it.
Yeah, and there's somebody right there to take.
Yeah, Jake would have scored that. Actually, no, Jake wouldn't score that. He would crossbar. So we could have had a third open net miss from Jake, of course. That would have been good. Also,
Naro said muscle memory over good decisions, maybe. I think that's wrong. I think you should always be worried about making good decisions. All of these players, especially as time goes on, are going to be top-level mechanical and fairly equal. And it's about making the shot as easy as possible for yourself in those situations.
Yeah. Some players will always half volley the ball and try and like get that high arc, even on open net. And sometimes you just shouldn't do that. You should just make the shot look ugly, just roll it in, just take all the power off it. It's not a bad shot from Tarsos. I would have liked to see him just put it into the crossbar though.
Well, even just a backboard.
Yeah, so I mean,
no
backboard.
C9. Yeah.
Sorry, I should say backboard. Crossbar, or I said crossbar. Backboard is the better terminology.
Yeah, I assumed you meant crossbar and down or something.
Oh, no. I wanted him crossbar and pass.
Oh, another miss from Jake.
Could Drippe have just boomed this? If this is like an absolute Rambo top right, I don't think Cloud9 are saving it. I don't think they are. Because Gimmick is
actually
creeping forward.
Oh, Torment. Yeah, Torment.
Maybe.
Gimmick has some of the best ground turning in the game. Like, he's able to turn on a dime so easily.
Oh, such a good pass. Good save by Torment, though.
Torment.
Great recovery as well. And the Cloud9 is starting to do a little bit better. Look at what happened twice there. Torment, clear, recover, hit it again. Gimmick, clear, recover, follow up. They're both actually following up on clears now.
I panicked. Yeah. I know how this series goes, and I panicked for that touch.
It's great play by Tarsos. The KBM dribbles.
Shit,
he should. Was he probably looking for a bump there? Director camera doesn't show us if he was, because ball cam's always on, so we're not sure if. Like right here, I'm almost positive that Tarsos has ball cam off and he's going for squishy, like he should be, but we don't know that because director camera focused on the ball.
Chiefs, and especially Jake and Torsos. Torsos started it, always go for big bumps in those situations.
Is this another just terrible hit by Jake? Why is he in the air?
He was challenged, so it was a guy on the ball.
Look at how he jumps though.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to 50.
Did it come down off the bar? Look at this. Let's look at 50%.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have gone up for this. Oh, for sake. Stupid sync video. Sorry about the pausing and starting, guys, but this is like, I need to know.
It definitely goes way lower than you'd expect from a slammer against the back wall.
Yeah, let me just point out. Excuse me. To me, that does not look like it's about to come straight down. Is this just me, or are you guys not surprised by this bounce as well? Like, this has a very upward arc and it's going quickly, and it hits like, by the looks of that doesn't hit the crossbar. It hits hits the post flat. That looks like flush on the post to me. And maybe Maybe I'll check the replay after, but to me this looks like flush on the post, left of the post.
It's left on the post. It's not even. It doesn't even hit the post.
Oh yeah. See, when I say flush on the post, I mean it hits the flat part of the post, not the inside. Yeah. It's like, why does this? Like it's
at worst it should be going horizontal, right?
Yeah, it's coming down.
Not down.
This looks like a weird bounce. Not gonna lie to you guys. This looks weird. And the crossbar has been doing this recently. I've had this in my own games. And you see Jake's completely thrown off by that. He's going up, ready to intercept the ball at, like, you know, crossbar height. Fly back down, and his shot is really weak because of it. That could have been.
The shot there was like, yeah.
That could have actually been.
Well, no, it would have hit crossbar again. So.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we missed out on another Jake crossbar overtime. Maybe Chiefs have a right to be a little bit salty about this series, because that bounce looked. But for the record, I didn't know that until right now, so I was just rewatching it.
It wasn't just that it went down; it was also that
he was pre-jumping the rebound. He was up. Yeah.
It went slow. It slowed down the pace.
Man, Chiefs got robbed here by Jake's misaccuracy and then that post.
Yeah. Well, they also threw to let it go to overtime in the first place. That's the thing that they were most pissed off about. Like, they should have just won.
Oh, they should have just been 2-0 up here, and then, like, I think 2-0 up, Chiefs don't lose this series. I think Cloud9 would have been so tilted. I mean, Squishy would probably just leave, given the scrim. Well played by Squishy there.
Family function to go to.
Yeah. Just gonna piece it. And then where do they stop? If they beat Cloud9, they're beating Ghost. They're probably beating G2.
And then,
like, I think they're just gonna keep going. They might just rampage all the way.
Just imagine the OC team taking down every single.
That'd be pretty funny, especially since, like, I'd already tweeted out that I think OCE deserve a spot or more spots. What is this? That's like so unfortunate. It's just like so starved. Cloud9 did really well here. They started, you know, finally getting some tough backboard hits.
And Torsos missed.
Yeah, Torsos double commit.
Like, he really shouldn't have been missing.
Agree.
He might have pulled out. That's probably his miss. Also probably affected Drippe. Drippe might have been like, "Oh, Torsos is up. I'm slowing down," and he had no boost to speed back up again.
Yeah. Pterodactyl, thanks for 11 months. I skipped that alert because it was going to talk over Yummy, but I'll catch that after the series is over. Right, I missed. Was there any nose picking here?
3 teams essentially, but yeah, 2 teams is enough. Did you see at the end? I think Torsos right at the end there. Bayakam, he's fucking upset. He's not happy.
Oh yeah, they know that they threw that for sure.
And in these series, you kind of have to be able to get it over it like immediately.
Yeah, for sure. So close, man. So close.
And you have to remember, we've watched this video and been pausing it a lot. This all happened in the space of a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, again, I know a lot of you guys are just like, just watch it, don't pause. But the kind of the point of this is, you know, we're going to pause, look over interesting moments and break them down. And then if it's just a standard moment, we're just going to, you know, skip through it. Not been paying too much attention to kickoffs, except that one where Torsos, or rather, was it Drippe, tried to, you know,
follow.
Yeah,
it's the exact same kickoff they've done all tournament and they've done for last year.
I'm not a fan of it personally. It's a good stall by Torment to get a big hitbox there.
It was a good touch by Jake as well to build time.
But yeah, man alive. With this line could have been so different if Chiefs won the series. They were looking so good on this day compared to their day one.
Yep. Drippe was looking a lot better, and Torsos was looking a hell of a lot better. I actually thought there's so many clutch moments from Drippe that he could have been he would have been player of the day if they beat.
What even I was thinking player of the day on day 3 is a bit of a it's a bit of a wooden spoon award, isn't it?
This is day 2.
Yeah, day 2. But I remember day 3 they're like player of the day, Squishy, and then Squishy's just like so sad that they've lost. I was like, why would you even have that award?
Well, they have to for sponsors, I think, because it's
really?
the mobile one. Or no, the Old Spice.
They should have it earlier, like before the final, then I guess, because
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk about player of the day if it's not on the winning. Like after the team wins, you shouldn't really be, I think, taking focus away from them. Per Gale Force, finally get their win, and everybody's still talking about Squishy. It's a good pass.
Maybe maybe they should have done a good goal. Basically.
True. Yeah, they need to do a ceiling shot. Oh, what
it's
is
like
this?
Devo season.
What? Excuse me. That was such a good play by Torment, and then we don't get to see how on earth Drippy beans this shot so much. What is he doing? Drippy.
He like jumped really early from the left-hand side, so he's going left to right. He's going for the Cronovi, and I can't get around it very well.
Like he turns. I think he just puts himself in a bad spot. If we look at what Drippy does here, so he's pathing infield, which only makes sense if he's expecting the ball to come like straight down into the box, like, you know, direct. I think. Like right there, you see, he turned one more time. I backed it up and it went forwards. What is happening? I'm backing it. This is a scam, dude. What? I backed it up and it went forwards. Oh my goodness! Right, here we go. Finally. Yeah, Drippy's just getting magnetized into the middle of the box here. That's what I don't like about this. He should try and stay more wide to give himself a better angle. Like this whole time he's like left a little bit more, a little bit more left. Then he's like, oh, I should be on the right. Crap. And he tries to jump on the right and fly left, and that's kind of why he missed that, I think. If he just stayed more wide, he would have had a tap in, essentially. Oh dear, that is so greedy by Jake.
I don't know why he's trying to take the shot.
That's like super greedy. Absolutely greedy. There's so many places you could aim this. Straight across the field would be way better.
Yep.
Why don't you just download the replays? You can see all players' views. Because you can't do that synchronized with a co-host. Can you, mate? Gotta think a little bit further ahead, bro. I think even that loss in Game 2 is so important. I was talking to Turtle about one of the G2 games. He says Game 2 is the most important game in a series for him. And I sort of agree, because as soon as Cloud9 won that, they had... I just really thought Cloud9 were going to win. Even though Chiefs have played, I think, better of the two teams for the most part. I know all the Cloud9 fans are going to get salty, like, no, Cloud9 are the best team in the world. But no, I'm saying this series, Game 1 and 2, Chiefs were the better team.
Yep.
Oh, Drippy almost reading the ball coming all the way down there.
Yeah, Game 2 is all about, like, swinging and figuring out. Like, if you've lost Game 1, no one really cares about it. Oh.
Jake's passes,
that's like their bread and butter, but Jake is just so good at them. Jake gets these angles from everywhere.
Drippy's shot is honestly like kind of bad. Squishy pre-jumped and it went under him, but that's a phenomenal pass.
Well, they knew that Cloud9 were, like, everyone in NA and EU, but especially EU, goes for a lot of pre-jumps, and it's...
Oh no, keeping it low is okay. I just didn't like it's so down the middle. Should just be bottom corner.
That was something that they purposely saw that they wanted to do when they got here and were doing replay analysis.
To keep shots low? I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, to do some low shots, because there were a lot of pre-jumps happening.
Were they also trying to aim all their shots directly at goalkeepers, like the last one?
And at the crossbar.
At the crossbar.
Yeah.
Chiefs, they played really smart, and they're just shutting down all these terrible clears by Cloud9 all series long. So many of these unnecessarily weak hits. Like, Torrent does really good touch, controls it, then just passes it after. I don't understand that touch. He did such a good job on this initially. Like, I love this control by Torment. That is world class. Absolutely world class first touch. How he manages to do so well here, hats off to him. And then he just gives it away, which is... I'll have to back up again and see it.
It's like the monkey brain thing.
What are your thoughts on a rematch
down the pitch of this touch?
Screen, I'll get to that alert in a bit. I'm just skipping alerts for the review segment here. But appreciate that, man.
That failure to challenge by Torsos as well. That's a bit of a LAN hesitation.
Oh, I looked away for a second. Let's back it up.
Before that, you skipped back and then it skipped forward again. Oh well.
Here we go. Is it?
Yeah. So here, he would have, like, every single time online would have challenged that ages ago.
True.
He just got scared, and then that was Chiefs' biggest weakness, their hesitation in the defensive half.
No, hesitation is...
And hitting the crossbar.
Hesitation is huge in 3v3. There we go. Like, that is one thing that Squishy is so good at, that touch to control the ball and land on the back wall and take it under control again. Very difficult to do. But he did it quite well there. I'm not sure. He gets a little bit unfortunate to run out of boost when he does. And that's a great job by Torsos to just make this so hard. Oh my goodness. Gimmick taking a big risk there to join both Squishy and Torment in the corner. Not sure if I'm a fan of that, because if we look at what's happening here, like, what is Tarsos really going to do? He's got the boost, uses a lot of it, and then he's just kind of flopping on the ball. I don't know. It's not. What do you think about challenges like this? Because it can go horrendously wrong at times.
Well, I felt it was the right decision because it was already behind Squishy, so he was the only person between the ball and the net at that point. Like, right there. He shouldn't have been pushing out before that, but this is where he
suddenly it's a good decision, but up until now it's like questionable, I think. Yeah. Because this 50-50 for Tarsos went so well, now Gimmick is actually doing something smart, but before that I don't know why he's driving forward.
Yeah, he should have still been.
This is why it's so risky. This could have just gone even worse. Like, look how he hits that straight into Tarsos. If this had just popped a little bit higher, or if somebody had been closer for Chiefs, danger alert. I'd say more in pre-mid games where you have your teammates in comms, then it's not so bad to do what Gimmick just did. But if you're in a team with randoms and you do that, then you're asking for trouble.
For sure. You should never... Basically, if you're in a team with randoms, then you just never go where one of your teammates is.
Yeah.
You just let them fuck around with the ball.
They try and clean up after they've made a huge mess. Oh my god, Squishy with the manliest play of the tournament onto Jake. Look at what happens to Jake here. He's just chilling, the edge of his box. Squishy, like, chases him all the way out, bumps him out of the crossbar. Jake ran all the way into the crossbar, underneath the crossbar to get away from Squishy, and it still didn't work.
They were really... Okay.
That was huge.
This was double as well, because he faked that first one.
Yeah.
He faked to go high, and faked it.
I'm literally trying to go back, bros. Trying. Okay, there we go. And we need to talk about this, because this is actually really, really important. So, what is Jake's job here, chat? What is his job? Tell me, chat, what is Jake's job as he's making this challenge? Try to be as specific as possible. Well, somebody's bound to get it right. Back off, hit ball, uninstall, make Gimmick flick. Well, Gimmick's already committed to an aerial. He's chipped the ball and followed it. Hit the ball, hit crossbar, not to do it. Ball chase, slow down the play. Okay, a lot of interesting answers there. Yummy, what do you think?
I think he just needs to make Gimmick hit the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's just got to ignore Gimmick and hit the ball here. Because if Gimmick does pop the ball to get it over him, then it'll be an easy cleanup for Drippe. But if he lets Gimmick fake him,
yeah, it's the only.
Then Gimmick is like still completely in control, and Drippe can't challenge. The Drippe challenges here, Gimmick can flick him. Drippe is just trying to waste time, and unfortunately, Gimmick plays him like a violin. Great dribble by Gimmick.
And Drippe is in such a shit spot as well to like follow it up, because he's on the side and he's like, I'm gonna shadow.
Yeah, I think he kind of faked himself as well. It doesn't look like he flipped the right way.
Yeah.
But good play by Gimmick. You should never get faked if you're not the last man back in 3v3 though. It's not, your job isn't to go for a block, your job is to just go for the ball. Yeah. Don't go for a dunk or a block, just hit the ball. Simple as that.
It's a team defense, basically.
Yeah. Even if you get taken out of the game, it's no big deal. That's why sometimes you can get dribbled in threes and it's really not your fault. Like, you forced the guy to make an outplay. It's totally fine. Now, Kleiner is starting to pop off a little bit. I like the air roll pass.
I think that was actually really hard for Jake as well. This is a great touch by Squishy.
Tarsos kind of rushes this. This is like a bit of a panic by Tarsos. He doesn't need to... Like, there's no pressure here. He doesn't need to do this at all. He's up using so much boost when he could have just front flipped and waited for the ball to come to him, and then he's lost control of it because he didn't have the soft touch. Good job by Squishy. He just read Drippe really well. Did he bump as well? Look at Squishy here. No, I don't think he did. He nearly landed on... He was trying to land on Drippe after getting the center.
if he had, it might have worked out worse for them because of Gimmick's play there. If Drippe was still on the ground, you had a chance of defending.
Just ignored what Yummy said? No, I didn't. Yummy was right. He said make Gimmick hit the ball, which is the same thing as hit the ball. They're both the same line of thinking.
Yeah.
Like what Yummy's saying in that dribble play that we were talking about earlier is he need like what was it? Jake needs to
You need to get to any kind of
outplay.
position. He has to hit the ball to do something, and that involves usually hitting the ball.
Yeah, they're both the
The
same.
ball to beat you.
It's a good block by Tarman, man alive. Drippe a bit unfortunate. You did quite well there. Whoa! Virus Elevate, thanks for the £20. I'm going to skip that alert because it's a really long one. But I'll read that after the series is over. That's insanely generous, man. Really appreciate that. I'm going to go back and read all the alerts that we've missed after this is done. Don't want to be listening to Brian over Yummy. But yeah, Yummy, were you surprised by this result in Game 3 after seeing Game 2 loss from Chiefs?
No. I mean, when you have a loss like that, you can just lose the entire series from there. And also, there were always signs that Chiefs were struggling and that C9 had the chance to pick it up. And they did a little bit, C9. They played a bit better in this series, which made it harder for Chiefs, who are still kind of making mistakes in both games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one thing, the one thing that Chiefs can be salty about is that Jake pre-jump and then the crossbar, the post, screwing with him. That was interesting, very interesting. I didn't even know that happened until we started this, or until we saw it in the review today. Is this the guy? Wait. Is this the guy who inspired Rizzo's dance? Because Rizzo told me, or he said on stream rather.
Yeah, this is the guy.
This is the guy who inspired the Rizzo dance, guys. Like, remember Rizzo's dance that he did on stage? He says that he just saw some guy in the crowd do it, and then he copied him, and it must be this guy, because look, that's just like the alpha version of Rizzo's dance.
Also, production were very obviously expecting that C9, that like everybody would be cheering for C9, but it wasn't the case.
Oh, look at this guy.
That's why they went to the crowd there.
So the crowd were just not happy about Cloud9? They wanted Chiefs?
They liked G2. They were big
they're G2 fanboys.
And they only started going for Cloud9 once G2 were knocked out.
Okay.
They were, in this case, it was kind of 50-50 against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Between them and the Chiefs.
How is this guy so bright? He's so eliminated. Why is he so eliminated?
Fluorescent shirt or something.
He's
the blue light.
Yeah, he's like one of those deep sea fish who just glows brightly to scare away predators or something. Like, what is this?
There's a few of them. There's some in the back.
Yeah, although that guy's a security guy way up at the top. That looks like a security. Does it? Oh, for goodness sake.
There's two of them. Yeah. And some.
Actually, no, it was just a hoodie. Okay, right. In between games. Termit's just like triggered by his smallest water bottle. He's like, am I seriously halfway through this already after one sip? Getting scammed. Hold on, I keep having to back it up because it freezes. It's a glow-in-the-dark jacket.
Yeah, if you give people more water, then they drink more.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's a good reason why they use small water bottles, though, so they don't.
They don't want the pee breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of demasculating to have a tiny little water bottle like that. I feel like a baby.
It should be a giant water bottle with very little water in it.
Yes, that's the solution. Yeah, I kind of hope that sometime in the future Cloud9 get a little bit hyphy. I get that this sort of let's just all be calm and have no emotion works for them to some degree, but it's way more fun to watch teams who are like, you know, NRG or Flipside, who are actually, you know, having a good time.
Torsos always has this look of like a teenager, right? Who just is like, this is so lame. I can't believe you're videoing me.
Yeah, he does.
I love it.
He's got like the look of like he's waiting for the teacher to. Did you see that video the other day where the teacher's like rubbing the cat off the whiteboard and it turns into a penis? Tarsos perpetually looks like he's the one who did that, and he's just waiting for it to be revealed. He's just like the cheeky sort of, I'm trying to hide my smile, but it's not working. Sort of grin.
It is the kind of thing that he'd do.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that video, by the way? If not, we should probably just watch it right now. Hold on.
Analysis.
This is probably the weirdest thing I've... Oh dear, I can't Google that. Cat, whiteboard, penis. Wait. Apparently it's happened more than once. This is happening ever. There's so many videos. People have done this a lot. Oh, this is the one I saw. Oh, wait a minute. Let me just get the... We'll watch it together, guys. Let's just pull it up here. Demonetize our video real quick before we go back to game 4. Alright. This is sorry, why is it double clicking? My mouse is so annoying. I single click and it registers a double click. There we go. Wait. Okay.
You can just see everyone's so hyped for it. The lack of response is the best part. It's like just a full stop.
You're just like trying to be disappointed, but like just like the who has done this face. Oh man, it's so funny. Anyway, back to the main event of the evening. I googled cat penis whiteboard, then I was like, I probably shouldn't Google this. It was a bit of a misplay. Alright, we're right back into the action. Don't worry, boys. An all-girl skill? I don't know. I didn't look into the details. I just saw the video and I thought it was funny.
We had the @Mocket League tweet down the bottom. And did you notice that it got cut off as soon as they saw @Mocket League?
Oh, really?
Cut the Twitter feed.
Wait, is the Twitter feed like automated? I should have been tweeting more. Did I get any of my tweets up there? My trigger. I'm surprised that none of my tweets showed up there. I had some trending tweets. There were lots of little triggered Russell Jimmy American fans.
I can't believe you said OCU should have 4 teams because we suck.
It was like just a little low-key roast, but mainly trying to build up OCE because I was like, these guys are playing so well. Taking the best teams in North America to the wire.
Well, there was also a lot of people being like, oh, why are you so happy that Chiefs came 7th, blah, blah, blah. It's not because they came 7th. No one's happy about that.
Oh! That was so close.
It should be a goal. It's because they took down NRG, the long-term champions, and then they proved against C9 that if they could just not throw, that they could have come 3rd.
Yeah, and this Chiefs would have beaten Day 1 G2 3-0. Easily. But luckily for G2, who didn't show up very well in Day 1, neither did Chiefs, so they both had a terrible series. Oh my word! I forgot about this goal. What a rip! 69 miles per hour. Which, let's figure that out real quick. 69 k or mph in...
I actually asked Shogun as well, but he doesn't know the answer.
111. Across the entire field.
Back.
That is a boomer.
Yeah.
Did I'm trying to go back, but it's just skipping forward. I'm sorry, guys. What happened to the defense here in Cloud9? Because it's a boomer, but it shouldn't go in. Why is it skipping forwards? What the flip? Okay, hold on.
He's not trolling you guys, by the way. The same thing happened to me when I was reading
like, I'll press forward or back on the keyboard, and it just skips 20 seconds forward, and it just freezes randomly. This is so triggering. I'm trying to let it just play. We have to watch from a little bit further back to see this. Again, sorry about the repeated content. I'm definitely not. People think I'm doing this for ad revenue. No, it's just because it's hard to navigate.
Oh, I think you're doing it bad.
Yeah, Torment didn't have boost.
Torment must have had boost.
Yeah, he didn't have boost because the boost spawns behind him. He would have saved this if he had boost, but that's still a boomer. Stubbs McGee, thanks for the prime sub. Appreciate it, man.
Also, it's in miles per hour because it's in America. If they do one in Europe, it'll be in kilometers per hour.
Yeah, they should just use KPH because it's a bigger number. It looks cooler.
Yeah.
Has to sync for 2 people. Yeah, I know. It's the only way we can do this though. Which I prefer doing
really
lotteries like this.
Joke, by the way.
Wait, what?
I was talking about the speed, and I asked Yeah, you got to go back to the
Wait.
like replay, I guess.
How did it go that far back? I didn't mean to skip that far back. Sorry, I just wanted to see this kickoff again.
Yeah, I asked him what the miles per hour was in kilometers, and he said a lot. I'm like, no, he's on method.
Oh, okay. Gee, that's
really
terrible. Thanks for bringing my attention to that, though. There's a good infield passing play by Cloud9 there, and a good save as well by Drippe. They're trying it again, but it looks like Tarsos has figured them out this time. Good bump
that was the
avoidance
difference between when they were sort of defending to try and keep a lead and when they weren't, because they were intercepting when they were playing normally.
Yeah.
And that is what C9 are good at, infields.
Oh, that could have been a goal. Maybe not should, but definitely could have been a goal. Jake playing really well. Whenever he's not the person shooting, usually or shooting tap-ins, he's good.
Yep. He set up a lot of stuff. He's just so consistent and solid. And he's a robot. He's called Bot Jake because he's shit, hence why he hits the crossbar, and because he has no emotions and just plays like a normal human being while on LAN, and no one else does. Plays like a robot.
Yeah, once again, guys, anybody who's tuned in late, we're going to be catching up with chat at the end of the series. This is the last game, spoiler alert, so we'll chat to you guys after if you've got any questions or anything that you want to say. But I'm seeing the chat right now, but I'm not responding to it because I don't want to, interact with my chat while I've got Yummy here. Just chilling. I'm remembering game that... Wait, could Tarsos have just boomed this in? I'm remembering game 2 finished with a late equalizer for... what do you call it? Cloud9. Keep that in mind. But the reason I'm...
Game 2 and game 4.
Yeah, the reason I'm looking back at this is... Remember we were criticizing Drippe earlier in the series for going for a chip and chase himself? This is how it should be done. Drippe with the chip. Before Drippe can even recover, we already have Tarsos way up in the air. That's why you should try and chip it for your opponents on counterattacks, not yourself.
And Tarsos is actually the best player in OCE at turning those downwards and getting them in the net. So that was actually a surprise that he didn't hit that in.
Squishy did really well though. Again, like the catch from a really awkward position and then recover to follow up with like a 50-50 or an outplay. I think Squishy might just be the best player in the world at that in defense. Their Gimmick is doing it this time. There you go. Good play by Gimmick. This is what the stuff that was lacking and has been lacking a lot for Cloud9 this series. Just that control in defense. Nerves are definitely, in my opinion, playing a factor, although they'll disagree.
So you see that pass from C9 as well? That's something that they do that is better than everyone else, and is the new meta. Like very, very forward passes. You see it here, like Gimmick's already running forward looking for it, but it used to be in the old days you want to go for very sideways passes, generate a lot of power, put it on the other side of the pitch, but it's not fast enough anymore. So this is what C9 are doing, and it makes them the fastest passes in NA.
Yeah, you got to make that run. That was a great recovery by Gimmick. It's super, super impressive.
Jesus.
This is really clean by Chiefs. I like that Jake. This is so good by Jake, though. That's quality. Look at this. Is like so smart. So many players here would panic and just front flip into the ball, and then Torment would take it and center it. But Jake's just like, nah, come at me, bro. Then he just like takes it 50-50. I guarantee you, Jake has zero boost there, and he's gotten a wonderful outcome for his team. Just dead ball or straight up in the air 50-50 against a player who had more boost than him, and more momentum than him, and position. That's what I want to see more from players in defense, just not being afraid to just sit behind the ball and control it. Control the situation, not just give away control. The second that you get the chance to take control. Good backflip by Jake after Drippe says he's got the second touch, and he's going for the bump, got the bump on Squishy.
Very obviously good comms from Chiefs.
Drippe did a nice fake challenge here. I think he baited Squishy into hitting this. Like just a very, very subtle... Sorry for backing off a little bit. I'm scared to use the arrow keys, so we've gone a little bit far here. But Drippe's very alone, and he just drives forward. Good timing on the turn, because he's not going to... Even if Squishy rips this, Drippe can save it. But he's kind of gone as far forward as possible to bait Squishy and taking the rip. I would like Jake to have faith in Drippe there, though. What do you think? Is this like too risky to leave for Drippy? Squishy's looking for Gimmick, of course. And Gimmick is...
He doesn't know it. He knows that Gimmick is the thing. It's
yeah. He probably does see Gimmick.
It's just it's a wrong touch, I think. He could have got something. He could have even popped it up for Drippy.
Well, they're both...
It's hard.
They're both forward, of course, yeah.
For the 50, yeah.
Gimmick was in that position that you were calling out. He's way up the field. He's made the run. He's looking for the crossfield pass.
Like they just keep it. Like Chiefs keep intercepting every single pass.
Good time as well. This is brutal.
I don't think they're used to that.
It's good clear this time. 15 seconds again. They're in a great position at 15 seconds remaining. So if you're in a good position at 15 seconds and you lose it, you only get yourself to blame. Decent pre-jump save, but what a play by Squishy.
Yeah. And Torsos with a bad clear to start it.
That's a phenomenal pass by Squishy. Squishy so clutch at the end there. But yeah, you're right. They once again 0 seconds, or not 0 seconds. It's like barely any time left. And they just Torsos. He's nobody challenging Torsos. He's just up before he even looks to see if anybody else is up. Just wants to be up as fast as possible, and he just ruins the clear. So yeah, Chiefs only have themselves to blame.
I thought this goal came off hesitation as well, but it was all just...
No, it was a rush.
Drippy was right to be further back and wait for Torsos's clear.
Yeah, this is good by Drippy.
Torsos hit the roof.
Good clear. Oh, sorry, it's going to... Why did it skip forward? Why does this happen? Right, hold on, guys. We'll try and explain this as thoroughly as possible. What I'll do...
As a note, Drippy could have turned back a lot quicker here as well. Like
I don't know if that would have been... If that would have helped. Instead of like pausing, we're just going to watch it in slow-mo. Noodles, thanks for the Prime sub, I do appreciate that. Yeah, Jake, 50-50. Just gets beaten, in fact, but that's fine. Drippy's actually doing okay here. I think this is fine, but this touch by Torsos, he could very, very easily have done better with this. No question about it. This should be like down the line. And
he's got no pressure on him.
And it was Torment who challenged Drippy in the midfield, so Torment is probably on a similar sort of boost amount to Drippy right now. So if Torsos gets this high in the corner, it's probably just game. But instead, we've got Squishy and Gimmick coming into play because Torsos doesn't take anyone out of the game with his touch. Drippy did his best he could, actually. Yeah, the pass is phenomenal. Drippy read
the fact that he got underneath and behind that was also pretty good.
Yeah.
He could have made a mistake.
Yeah,
well, a lot of other people could have made a mistake, but not Squishy.
Yeah, I know J and K rewind and fast forward, but they don't work. Like, when I'm on sync video, sometimes you press J to go back and it just skips forward. I don't know why, but it's just a problem with the site when you're trying to skip around. Yeah, it's just brutal. 2 late equalizers. Chiefs, if they just held on in either of those games, they've already won the series. It's as simple as that.
That's right, David Silverado, but he also was not expecting that touch from Torsos.
Right. Oh wait, this isn't the overtime kickoff. The next one. This is the overtime kickoff.
All the way back.
Okay, this is really interesting because I don't think either of these teams are trying to. Let's look at what the kickoff players are doing. This is the last play of the game, guys. So we're just gonna watch at half speed real quick. Yeah,
both teams attempting to lose.
Yeah, I've talked about this before though. Like, if you try fast kickoff to lose, you'll have more chance of losing, but it's just a little bit more risky because you can get dunked on harder. Like this, this type of way or this method of losing the kickoff leads to more dead balls than fast kickoffs do. And it's just barely closer to Squishy, so they got the coin flip in their favor. Did Torsos challenge here? He did. That is.
And Jake needed to not jump there.
Yeah. I don't like that by Torsos though. He knows like that they've murdered. Why is it going forwards? He knows that that the ball's in the opposition half and they both went for the boost. He knows 100% that Squishy is mirroring his movement and the ball is closer to Squishy. So unless Squishy's hitting it towards you or at your goal, you can't really jump here. And he's got to know that Squishy's beating him. Why is it? Right, let's just go watch real time now. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, Chiefs did really well, honestly. They did themselves proud. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that hit by Torment. Leaves Jake all by his lonesome. And poor Jake. Perjic. He could have saved this exact variation of what happened had he just not committed so far forward, but he's worried about Squishy just shooting top left, of course.
Oh no, the USA. Why?
Squishy's just like, I'm Canadian, guys. Will you please stop this? I've actually seen a lot of comments about the USA chants, and people are like, no, it's America. What do you expect? Like, listen, guys. We're not here to celebrate your country. We're here to watch Rocket League. And we're here to celebrate these organizations and these players. As far as I know, USA is not, like, you know, a representation of anyone. Or you know, some of these players are American, but I don't know if USA chants have a place. They're literally just a meme. Do you want to be a meme? If you want to be a meme, then chant USA at events like this. It's literally a meme. Tarsos like, Squishy be my friend, and Squishy's just like, ha, get away from me, pleb.
Tarsos was smiling there, and I thought that like that was a surprise to me, and I actually mentioned this, and then straight after they show what happens when they lose, and it's a very different story.
Wait, Torment almost fell. Hold on, we need to see that. Alright, he didn't fall on the way up. It must be on the way down. Oh, Torment.
He almost did the PSG.
He's like checking to see that he hasn't broken it as well. This is a good surveying by Torment. He's just like, yeah, we're all good here. I'm really sorry. I think Squishy said something to Tarsos actually. That's what Tarsos is following him to. USA's fine when Rogue walk out with the USA flag. See, that's different. They're a full USA team. Cloud9 are not. They're not a full USA team. Why are you chanting USA? I would never chant EU at a LAN. Please. What do you take me for? Plus, the chants in general are not that great. And yeah, it's like heartbreaking. They know they could have won. Good sportsmanship to like go from that to congratulating Cloud9 on the win, though. The OCE guys are pretty class acts.
It's the sort of thing where you lose very quickly and you're upset for like 2 days or whatever, but eventually you're like, well, at least we did well and we proved ourselves and we have to do it next time. Their loss against G2, they were hyper triggered. Especially Tarsos. Like, I walked up to Tarsos. He knew it was his like performance that was really an issue. And I was like, talk to him, and he just didn't even want to say anything. He just looked at me with the biggest glare, and I just gave him a smile and a nod. Because I know how that is as well. So
yeah, of course.
But yeah, that was... They were way more triggered against G2 than against Cloud9, despite the circumstance.
Yeah, they could have won that series. They can be proud of themselves. Sorry, we got to listen to the... I'll put the volume up for this.
Without a doubt, I mean, the performance of the Chiefs, I mean, honestly, was amazing. And first question is, did you really expect that?
Here's Johnny.
The NRG, did you expect them to come out of the gate with such fury?
I knew they had to have something special about them since they beat NRG 3-2. I was a little worried. I kind of underestimated them a little coming in, though. I'm not going to lie. In that first game, they came out and they showed us they were here to play. But yeah, they're definitely a good team, and it could have gone either way, like those last couple 0-second goals.
Yeah, and actually, I do want to talk about, it seems like everything you say, they just cheer. I do want to talk about those last second goals, because a lot of times you often see the teams kind of crumple in those situations.
They crumple.
You guys seem to have thrived in those moments.
That's it.
Throughout.
Is crumple? Is crumple, like, is it the proper word here? Of course, I think crumble is the...
Yeah, you would normally say
I wouldn't put it past Golden Boy to say crumple here, because I've heard him ask, and this is like a little bit of insight to Golden Boy. He came up at the start of Season 1 RLCS outside to talk to the crowd who were there to queue up early to get in, and he just asks everybody, guys, fold or crumple? And I'm like, what? because I'm not from America where you just have single ply toilet paper everywhere, because apparently like sandpaper in your buttholes over there, but that's a big thing apparently in America. You just have to either fold or crumple, and I mean, if I had to choose, I would probably fold, but crumple it was Golden Boy's preference. I remember it was his method of choice, you know. But or you could just get dual ply toilet paper and not finger your bum every time you wipe. It's another option.
The last 30 seconds,
I think crumble is the correct word. Crumble is really weird to use, but I'm not surprised that you use it.
I don't really know, actually. Like, we had like, thank you guys.
Yeah, let's help him. He doesn't know what to say. We're cool though.
Good words.
Go on.
Both those goals came off like we had like all the pressure, and we knew we were getting close. They were starting to look like they were going to give up and crumble, but eventually.
He said crumble.
You did.
It could have possibly been like another save, like you saw that save that Drippet got. That was pretty insane, obviously, but yeah, it was just constant pressure. It was just hoping mostly.
Well, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because you don't know where the ball's going to land, you don't know how the ball's going to bounce, and anything can play in that situation. You were sent down to the lower bracket early on. I know it was something you did not personally expect. No one really expected that. What kind of conversation did you guys have after the fact to kind of get your heads back into this game, knowing that either you were going to face the Chiefs or NRG?
Obviously, after losing the PSG, morale was pretty low. But we had the mentality to just bounce back like there's another day. Obviously, last season, Northern Gaming ran the whole lower bracket and won, so it's kind of like inspiration, like, you know, it's possible and teams have done it before, so that's kind of just how we thought.
Yeah, well, Torm, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, my man. Congratulations on your victory. Give it up for Cloud9 one more time. We'll send it over to Axel Toss on the desk to break it all down.
Interesting. Yeah, we already did this tie analysis on, what do you call it, Yummy's video, or the video we did on Yummy's channel for Chiefs versus NRG. But yeah, you just think that the color scheme for Axel Toss won it for you, if I recall. Oh wait, Yummy, have you disconnected again? Yummy might have. Oh no, he's
no, I can't remember.
Oh, you don't?
I remember I didn't like Gibbs the loudness.
Yeah, it's very loud. It is.
I kind of like. I prefer Axel Toss because it's good, it's fashionable, but there's like character to it in the tie.
Yeah, the splatter paint
like,
variation.
James is just very incredibly modern, like, and clean, which is like, eh.
Yeah.
I'm not about that life. I'm about character.
You want the
it's
character.
A great tie. Like if he's walking around, he's like doing the best in terms of like looking like a fashionable, well put together person.
Yeah.
But I like shiny things.
Just not as shiny as Gibbs. Gibbs is a little bit too far.
Yeah, I think there's just too much happening.
Yeah.
If Gibbs's tie was just like a plain orange tie, then it still would have worked. But like, there's like 10 different colors in the tie on an already really bright T-shirt.
Yeah.
I love the bright T-shirt and I love the bright tie.
I thought you were just gonna say if Gibbs's tie was a plain. I was like, well, that's a really interesting call. Didn't see that one coming. I'm just gonna get a. Is there a freeze frame on the Cloud9? A good one.
I think I'd walked down at this point too, and I saw a sign that said Axel Toss greater than Gibbs, and I wanted to go grab it and go to the desk.
You know, yeah.
But it was in the middle of the audience because the plan was to grab it right after the cast, run down, and like show it and get the crowd laughing, and then show my face and see what they thought.
Yeah. Shall I make this the thumb? I think this is going to be my thumbnail for this video right here. The Squishy Muffins nose pick optical illusion, and then Gimmick just, you know, contemplating suicide in the background because he lost the game to an OCE team. Poor guys, man. It's a rough time to be alive for a Rocket League Pro team.
Even Torment looks pretty upset.
Yeah.
Just sadly looking off into the distance.
Torment looks like his teammate just missed an open net in Solo Standard. That's that face. Don't shame him, I do it all the time. Yeah, it's pretty funny though. It's pretty funny. They're like, good old, alright, we can't really see what's happening back there, but turns out he wasn't really picking his nose. It's just an optical illusion.